Hi everyone, I'm just Peachy, and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate Tales of the Sword Coast. Last episode, we pretty much did everything for all the side quests that were required of us. And we also spoke to a man named Jadil. He has a lot of extra information about the island of Baldur because he was actually on the ship with Baldur. And just a little bit northwest of his hut is the ship wreck here. One thing I forgot to mention last episode is that I kind of forgot there is that cutscene there once you enter. I forgot, you can rest freely in his house. He placed charms around his little building there where you can rest without being attacked. Now, as you can see when you first enter, there are wolf wares like crazy, vampiric wolves, and dire wolves. Now, this is a fairly difficult fight, especially if you enter in here without being fully buffed. There are also dread wolves. Again, be careful. Kinda save your mages here.
As well as I can.
I can, but try. Squeaky wheel, get
Yeah, I'd say like this. Oh, there are wolves in here as well. Yeah, basically any kind of wolf, except for winter wolves, I think, are in here. Yeah, I think this first floor is probably the hardest. I believe the guide I read recommended clear out the first floor, and then haste up your party and quickly go up to the fourth floor, clear that out, and then work your way down. I don't think I did that. I think I just worked my way normally. I can't remember. We'll see. I'm keeping this in because main plot fights, and I don't have the best party. I personally think I didn't, because this is mostly the stock party minus Jahira. Just because a lot of battles were indoor, that's why I dropped her. But having two priests after I dropped her, I was like, it was nice, because then I have two people healing. And I think she gets a revive spell early on. Or quicker than a priest, which is odd, but oh well. But basically, after you get the wolf wares out, it's pretty easy afterwards. You can see I'm a little low on arrows. I'm starting to use like all my good stuff, and Corin has like nothing.
Oh, I thought you were not in this. Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
But yeah, first floor cleared. Yosh! Don't forget to heal, and preferably buff up the rest of the way. There are some barrels and other things. Beware of traps. Basically, assume that every container is trapped or has a trap around it. You can find some wands here on the first floor, some darts, and if you're running low on potions, there are potions of healing in here. Use wolf wares since they have magic resistance. My mages aren't all that useful, so I basically turn them invisible. And they kind of stand there, invisible, not getting hurt. It worked, though. So up to the second floor, where it's basically nothing but wolf wares. And I think there is like a vampiric wolf or a dread wolf up there. But you know, get rid of the closest ones first. And don't die, Corin.
Life is adventure or nothing.
don't know why I didn't use haste more often. It's very useful, as you can see.
Oh,
Yeah, since Corin is a little squishy and a little bit low on everything, he's basically in the invisible group too. Since I'm already out buffed up and haste doesn't last all that long, instead of staying around to loot, I went straight up to the third deck, and just slaughtered everything here as well. Just make sure you have your not invisible people attack if you have any invisible. So basically, I ended up using just these 3 people to slaughter everything up here. And it works. This one has a lot of vampiric wolves. Defensive harmony wore off, unfortunately. On the second deck, if you have more time to loot, the second deck has a werebane, which I believe is a dagger. There are cursed bracers, so be careful with that, and a wand. Here is my rule. Can I talk now? The fourth deck is the final floor, and there is Kararug here. He, I think, has maybe a little bit more information. I can't remember, but you basically just want to kill him. This is where you find Marali's baby. Is up here. He stole the baby from her. So don't forget to pick up the baby from Kararug. Now, in the third deck, loot-wise, there are some arrows, and potions. That's kind of really the only thing of importance there. Loot-wise, on the fourth deck, after you kill Kararug, is you get the Sword of Baldur, the Butter Knife of Baldur, his logbook, and Zerdi's dual spellbook. Don't forget to put those up. Now, Kararug, I believe you need a decently high plus weapon to even hurt him. You do want to take... There's a mage here, so don't forget to take out the mage. Even though they all end up turning to... So we have wolf wares, and now we have a greater werewolf, and a werewolf. So yeah. And again, my mages are useless in this fight. I think... Oh, my priest is just buff. And since Corin's far away enough, I decided to let him shoot. Now, greater werewolves are pretty hard. In Durlag's tower, there is actually a weapon called like Flame's Tongue or something like that. Even though it's only a +1, it can actually damage the greater werewolves. And there's, I believe, another werewolf that is harder than greater werewolves. Don't die, Khalid! And unfortunately, there goes our haste. Yeah, time to bring out the mages. Even though they have magic resistance, they're not immune to magic, so...
Yep.
Yes? Let's talk more full plate and I
believe that is the greater werewolf. Yeah, my weapon actually cannot damage him. It's not strong enough to. Unfortunately. So yeah.
Can I help you? I can, but try.
I care not. Whatever they need.
Yeah, see, our weapons are ineffective, unfortunately, but at least we have mages that can kill him. He was a greater wolf were. They do explain how that there is a difference between werewolves and wolf wares. But just in case they don't, a werewolf is a creature that was originally a wolf but can transform into a man, while a wolf were is a man who became infected by a werewolf, so they can turn into wolves. That's basically the difference. So I'm going to heal up here and loot, basically. You really want the sword and butter knife for Baldur, and don't forget Jadiel's spellbook. So I'll meet you guys back at Jadiel's hut. Okay, I'm back here at the hut, and I rested and healed. Just talk to Jadiel, and he says, "It's done! Freedom!" And he teleports away. Even though he said he'd help us get off the island. But nope. Since he's gone, you are now free to loot his house. If you miss getting the belladonna flowers from the field of flowers, there's a belladonna flower here. Then there is this quarterstaff, which is very interesting because it's not only is it a quarterstaff, it can also transform into a mace for yeah. And then you also get a cloak of... I can't remember. Let's see here. Okay, the quarterstaff's called a staff mace +2. There is a holy cloak. And then over here on this desk is this book. It's very interesting. I do suggest to read it. It's kind of a little funny. It's basically the recipes and ruminations of Wonder Deal of Tethril. It's basically all of the recipes that he came up with while he was stuck here on this island. And they are pretty funny. Refrain from eating this ever again, exceptionally poisonous. Remember the unfortunate week on the kitchen floor? But yes. I will leave this up for you all to read. Again, they're pretty funny, especially with the little notes. For orcish version, replace all ingredients with turnips. So yeah, they are quite funny. So however, that is all we need to do here north of the village. I'll leave going back to the village and turning in all of the quests for the next episode. Just remember to talk to Kasia last. Turn her quest in last, okay? So, I'm just Peachy. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.